Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Many of you have reached out to me and have requested to make more videos on how to solve a lead code problem when it is given to us during an interview round. And based on that, I have done some research also. And since I have also given some interviews, most of the problems that are asked in the interviews are lead code either easy or medium. So one of the problems I have collected for today is medium. Moving forward with this playlist, I will be covering more and more problems. So if you find this video material interesting or knowledgeable, you can follow and you can learn side by side. So starting with this, let's deep dive into the problem statement. Given a signed 32-bit integer x, you have to return x with its digits reverse. So it's a problem of reversing a digit, reversing digits of a number. Like input is 123, you have to return 321, just the reverse of the input. If reversing x causes the value to go outside the signed 32-bit integer range, they have given the range as well, then you have to return 0. The range is minus 2 raised to the power 31 to 2 raised to the power 31 minus 1. So other example is if you are given a number minus 123 should be 321, but the minus sign should be in the front itself. And the third example they have given is 120, reverse is 21 since 0 has been omitted out. Okay. And we have to also check this condition. And maybe because of this condition, it falls into the category of medium. So let's since we have seen this problem, now I will take you to a collab notebook where I'll just take the example so that we have some reference and some ways of solving it. So we have example number 1, example number 2, and example number 3. Okay. Now, um, there could be many approaches to solve any problem, but I will be covering two approaches for this problem. First approach, maybe if you do with that first approach, which I will just start with, and an interviewer may ask you to make some slight changes and you might be stuck in that, so then you can reach out to step approach number second, and on the spot if he asks you to make more changes, you can come up with your own approaches, more approaches. So let's start. So there is no hard and fast rule that the first approach that you have to give should start with the definition function or something like that. You can simply start your pseudocode and then later convert it into a function, clean and concise. So that makes it more readable. So whatever you are thinking to how you are approaching this problem, first step I would suggest while in an interview round, try to write a pseudocode. Like how will you solve this problem step by step according to you? And then if you see any edge cases, maybe the interviewer will also help you if he sees any edge cases, and then you can keep on improving on that and then later write a code of it and then later convert it to a function if he really wants that. So let's look into approach number 1, how we look into it. So I can see the input is 123 and we need to give an output of 321. So first step could be we can convert this 123 into integer, sorry, string. So it is already integer, we can convert it into string. So converting it into string will make it call double quotes 123, and then there is a function in how we can convert, how can we reverse a string, so that I'll show you just now. So if you have a string, let's say ABC, and I want to um, reverse this string, so this is double colon minus 1 will help you reverse it. So you can see CBA. So I can just do that. I can convert this 123 into string, use this function, which is double colon minus 1, and have this number 321. And then I can again convert back it to the required number, which is 321 by using int function. So if I do that, what will happen? S is 123. So let's convert it into string str of s. Now, if you print s, you will have 123 as a string. Now I want to reverse it. So we'll make s double colon minus 1. Then s is 321. So this is correct. So our first case is passed. But if you see in the second case, we have minus 123 and you need minus 321. So if I, instead of 123, if I write here 321, that too with a minus sign, and if I reverse this, I am getting 123 and this is minus. And I need this minus to be in front. Okay, sorry. If I, the input is 123 never mind, it's a similar thing. The issue here is that minus sign is coming at the back, but I want that to be in the front. So one thing I can do is, um, maybe I can take the absolute value of 123 firstly. And then if I do that, what will happen? So taking the absolute value will just ignore the sign, whatever it is, and it will give me this. Now, after here, I can put one check if my s is less than, or if I can just make a check here only. Let's say check if s is, so s is defined here. Here I can put if s is less than 0. Okay, I'm already defining absolute here, so I need to define first input somewhere. So let's say S is the real input, which is minus 123, and here I should check it, not here. What will happen is absolute will always give me positive. So if S is less than, then check is, or I can just say sign. Let's say sign equals to -1. Else sign will be +1. So now at last, if I can just check that if sign is -1, s equals to minus of s. If I print that, uh, okay, minus of int of s. So you can just write sign asterisk minus C21 and minus C. Okay, so what we did here is we just made it integer because it was still a string here, and then we are multiplying with s. So this is one of the approach, and it's not the final approach. You can still make a lot of tweaks here. So this way you can tell your interviewer that I am able to come till here. So first step you have told me, I have somehow I've understood. Okay, here I can just write s now, and I'm very close to making it a function. So I just have to give a parameter s as an input, and rest of the things will go inside my definition function. Then this function also. Now if I write 120 here, third case, I'm getting 0 to 1. Now here, what you can do is, mm, so here if we see, we are getting this. So okay, if this sign else we have to do, we can do this thing uh, rather than checking this sign, we can just simply multiply. So if it is minus, it will become minus. If it is not, it will become just plus, and it will convert it into integer. Now if I multiply that, I'll get 21. In this way, we are very much closer to our function, which we can write. Okay. This is the first approach using the string function. Now let's say your interviewer says that I'm not happy with this step. I'm not happy with you using some inbuilt functions to convert your string into reverse of it. Can you do some other thing? Can you make some other changes? In that way, we need to make some other changes. For now, we have only done the three checks. We haven't even touched the other part, which is this range. So the range part will always remain the same for any of the approaches. Like at last, whatever number you are getting, you just need to check if it is falling in this bounds or not. If no, then we will return 0. Otherwise, we'll return the number itself. So that is a very straightforward check. So I'm not including it here, but I'll include it in my LeetCode when I'll take this code there. Then, okay. So now let's say he has said, I am not happy with this reversing string directly. Can you do something else? So here I'll show you some other approach. Approach 2. Now, whenever we do a palindrome of a number by brute force, there is a way in which, firstly, we take out the last digit. I'll show you some example also. Let's make it not like this. Let's have some text. Okay. So this is approach number 2, where I will be showing you how to reverse a number. So there is this pseudocode algorithm where the number, let's say it is x, or let's say it's s only. We firstly take out the uh, modulus of 10, means we are taking out the last of digit. I'll show you an example as well. Then we remove the last digit. So that is how we do like s divided by 10. And then we build a reverse number where we do, let's say result is my final number, result equals to result asterisk 10 plus the digit that we just got. This was a pseudo algorithm that we used while reversing a number using palindrome thing. So I will give you an example here now. We have s equals to 123. Okay, and we'll define result as 0. Now digit will be digit is first digit. Okay, last digit we have to take out, which is s modulus 10. So it will be 123 modulus 10. And when we do modulus, it gives you the remainder. So it will give you 3. And then next is you need to take that number and result into 10 plus that digit. So result will be current result, that is 0 asterisk 10 plus the digit we got is 3. So this will give you 3. Then we have s as the updated s, which is s divided by 10. So it will be 12 now, since 123 divided by 10 will be 12. Now next digit will be again s modulus 10, which is 2. And then we have result will be result asterisk 10 plus digit. So it will be 3 asterisk 10 plus digit, which just came as 2. So this is 32. Now new s will be s divided by 10, and s is our 12 right now. So divided by 10 will be 1. And then digit equals to 1 modulus 10, which is 1. And result we have, result is result asterisk 10 plus digit. So it will be 32, the last one, asterisk 10 plus the remainder, which is 1. And this is 321. Now s will be 1 divided by 10, which won't be giving you any value. It will be 0. And here is a time when we can stop. And then final result is 321. And this is the reverse of this number that we took, 123. So this is a pseudocode, how we actually do it for palindrome. Now, if you are comfortable with this, you can directly go ahead with this problem. This is more math problem than using direct string problem. So it might be easier for your interviewer also to test your technical skill. Just have a look on this. Now, since we have covered two things, this is also a very good code, but I will, in my LeetCode problem, in my LeetCode problem here, I'll try to do a live coding. So I'll go with approach number 1. If there is some error or issue, then we can come back to approach number 2. Okay, so this is how we should actually come up into interview round, like how we have to actually show them. And if you are well versed with palindrome that I have covered in my previous video, you can absolutely go there and check. In that way, you will be able to understand how this pseudocode is written. And if you're comfortable, this is very much straightforward, just a check of signs and a check of that range that they have given in LeetCode. So that said, we will go back to LeetCode. Now here I will try to actually solve this problem. So there are two things. One is our check and the other one is reversing. So I'll just define one number. So let's say min of or some other name, maybe int min. and int max, which is the range they have given, that is minus 2 asterisk 31, which is minus 2 raised to the power 31, and it is 2 raised to the power 31 minus 1. These are the two ranges that we'll use to, at last, we will try to check if it is falling in this range or not. Now, next is, as we have discussed, first for this absolute part, uh, sign part. So we will check the sign part, sign handling. Here, I can give sign equals to minus 1 if my number is we have what the number is, it is x, so if x is less than 0, okay, else we can give it 1. So if the number is less than 0, I am giving sign as minus 1, otherwise it's 1, okay. And then second, what I did there, then we are taking the absolute value and trying to convert it, okay. So we'll take the absolute value. So let's say s equals to string of abs, absolute value of the input, that is x. So now it is like if it is 123, this is going to be a string of absolute value of 123. If it is minus 123, it will be again 123. And now we can convert it to reverse. So here only we can apply this direct function, that is colon colon minus 1. So this will give you reversed string without any sign. Okay. And then result. So result will be this number with the sign. So we can just simply multiply this sign as we have done there. Sign multiply by integer of s. So that error we just sign into int of s. And this is how we have converted the string, what they are asking to reverse. So we have reversed that. Now we need to also check this. So let's see if I don't check the int max and int min thing, what happens? You can just check that. Mm, issue is does not match indentation error. Okay. Okay, this is the indent, and I think everything is a bit unindented. Now maybe it will work. None is type value expected from integer is value is not a valid integer. Where is it given? Okay, we are not returning anything. My bad. So this is how we can learn return result. Okay, now here it shows an error which says this number output should be this, but you are giving this, and this number is huge, and maybe uh, this falls out of the window of 2 raised to the power 31 minus 1 and input. So that is why expected should be 0. And now we will put that edge case here. Uh, sorry. Hmm. Edge case. So let's go to description. The edge case is if result is less than or int min, or result is greater than max of that int max that we have defined above, then you return 0. Sorry, 0. Okay. Otherwise, you'll return result. Straightforward. Now let's try again. Okay. So it got actually completed, and this is expected. This is accepted. So yeah, this is how we have to actually um, reach out to any of the problem, how we need to so main thing that I was trying to cover in this problem is to actually how to show the approach to the interviewer rather than just solving this LeetCode problem. But here my main intention was to explain the interviewer how am I thinking. Now if he's not happy with this thing, I can come up to another solution. Let's say he's saying I'm not happy with this thing, can you come up with some other thing? So this is an exercise for you. try thinking more. The more problems you solve, the more logics you'll understand at the end, and then it will be easier for you to actually explain your logics to the interviewer. So that's it. This is all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you and bye bye.